So I take it that that's your car, that first car. I pulled up by it. I was like, oh, it's a car paints my movies. It's like my time period of growing up.
My mother had that version, that model, for 10 years.
So how's it going with the search for
We've interviewed 2 people, we like them.
Can you keep going?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see, we're going to talk to her again. All we need is one good person, right?
Well, it's the other one that has to connect the loose one.
Right. Yeah, no, yeah.
Am I okay in these?
Aesthetically?
For the service, do you mind? Well, then you don't have to wear them.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. It is amazing that we are July and it's our first opportunity to be outside. But wonderful to be out on the patio and enjoying this beautiful, beautiful summer night. And so as we begin, we'll turn to page 2 and welcome Shabbat as we light our Shabbat candles and invite Corwin forward to say the blessings. It can be found on page 2.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. See how I do with this.
Let's turn together to page 10. As we join in Ma Yafeh Hayom, literally how beautiful this day is. If you were a Kabbalist living in the 15th century, you would be out in the middle of the field. And on Friday evening, we would go out and we would mystically welcome this Shabbat bride. And every week we reenact the marriage between God and the Jewish people by welcoming our Shabbat bride. So we'll turn together to page 20 as we join in the Chagodi.
Because
Please be seated as we continue, page 22. Mizmor Shir Yom HaShabbat, a song for Shabbat. On page 24, Shalom Aleichem, peace be on you, and the response, Aleichem Shalom on you, may there be peace.
Shalom Aleichem, Melechei Hasharetz, Melechei Elyon, Melech Melechei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Berem Shalom, Melechei Hashalom, Melechei HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem v'shalom, Melechei Hashalom, Melechei Elyon, Melech Melechei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
We turn together to page 26 as we rise for Chatzi Kaddish.
David Kadosh Merubo, Yamad Brachete V'Yamich Mochute, V'Chayetecho Beit Yisrael, U'Vizman Kariv, Imaru, Amen, Yehoshua Adam Evorach, Ve'alam Alam Me'amaya, Yisbarach, Yisbarach V'Yisham
Shara Shema Nase Vitada Vijale Shmiri Krishna Ve'olamin Kovechacha V'shirata Tushbechata V'nechemata Tamehiran Be'alma Imaru Amen.
Page 29. O God, you are as near as the very air we breathe, yet farther than the farthermost star. We yearn to reach you. We seek the light and warmth of your presence. Though we say you are near, we are lonely and alone. Oh, let our desire to be strong, that it will tear the veil that keeps you from our sight. Let your light release our darkness and reveal the glory and joy of your presence as we continue with our call to worship, Hu, page 28. Baruch Adonai Please be seated as we continue together, middle of page, or top of page 31. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide and time and light. You guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, yet you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'ma'ariv ha'avim. And on page 32, wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol. All these things your Torah gives to us. And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works and the living language that gives it form? Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Ahavat Olam
for Shema and return to page 34.
Baruch Shem Kevod Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Ha'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Ha'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
Please be seated as we continue page 36 with Va'ahavta.
בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל ידך והיו הדברים האלה אשר הולכים מצדך היום על לבבך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת ושבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידך והיו לשותפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים ולהיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני
Page 39. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love. From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea. We continue with our song of freedom, Mi Chamocha, page 40. Page 43. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from the storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up, waiting to do your will.
Hashkivenu Adonai
לשלום, והניתנו שומרנו לחיים. ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך, ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך.
We are a people in whom the past endures, in whom the present is inconceivable without moments gone by. The Exodus lasted a moment enduring forever. What happened once upon a time happens all the time. And we join in thanking God for the opportunity of Shabbat with Rishonu, page 44. Page 46. As we rise for Amidah, pray as if everything depended on God. Act as if everything depended on you. Adonai Sifetai Tiftach, Ufi Agiti Latecha. Adonai, open our lips, that our mouths may declare your praise.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor Hanora, גומר חסדים טובים וקונה הכל וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות ומביאים לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה מלך עוזר מושיע ומגן ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם בזמן צרה אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני מחיה תורתו ומושיע מוריד הטוב מחכה חיים בחסד מחיה הכל ברחמים רבים סומך נופלים ועושה חולים ומתיר אסורים ומקיים אמונתו בשמי עפר מיכה
Please be seated as we continue, page 55. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day, and may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. Say Adonai Eloheinu ba'amcha Yisrael, ever present one may we, your people Israel, be worthy in our deeds and our work. Wherever we live, wherever we seek you, in this land, in Zion restored, in all lands, you are our God, whom alone we serve in reverence. Baruch atah Adonai, she'otcha uvadcha b'yirah na'avod. Page 59. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life. Wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul alike within, for the world around us, so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth which day by day sustains us. For all these and more, we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shemcha l'cha ha'er ha'odot. Let's join together, top of page 61. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace.
Shalom Yisrael Tasim Shalom Yisrael
We take some time setting the prayer book aside. We're look inward to the prayers that are in each of our own hearts and minds. So, some moments of silent prayer. Call to mind and think of all those who are in need of a blessing of healing. Our family, our friends, members of our community, all those around the world who continue to struggle, whose lives have been upended by armed conflicts, and who need an energy of healing to heal their body, their soul, their mind, their heart. And in our congregation, we mention James Chavez, Ross McCullough, Irv Willis, Ella Kobos, Carol Ford, Stan Berlin, Jan Mandel, Diane Kaler, Isabella Bostwick, April Wardman, Eric Scabetta, Erica Berlin, Michael Shervetsky, Rabbi Brad Bliefeld, Stephanie Willis, Carol Lou Eisenhart, Doug Bodner, Sandy Wolf, Pam and Craig Reynolds. If you're joining us via live stream and you would like to add a name to our list, please add the name into the chat. If you're here in person, please feel free to add a name as I look around. We join together middle of the page. Shabbat Shalom. news this week? Not much went on, right? In fact, last Shabbat we were up at Colin's family cabin in northern Michigan, and it is a beautiful spot. And one of the most beautiful parts about it is you can't get any phone reception. You can't get internet, you can't get phone, it's fantastic. And as that weekend rounded out, we were greeted with the rather surprising news that President Biden has stepped aside and will not pursue another term as president. I'm always amazed when our Torah portion perfectly aligns with what's going on in the world. This week's portion, Pinchas, includes another transition. A transition between Moses and Joshua. The conversation between God and Moses and the ordination, essentially, that follows of Joshua provides us with, I think, 5 different important guidelines for leaders who are stepping aside. And I want to go through those 5 and see how they align with what's happening in our political life. So here we are. Here's the first one. First one is, take stock of your accomplishments and figure out where your community is going. Now Moses, at that moment, knows that his time is done. He has done everything he could possibly do as a leader, and his time has come, and he will not enter the land of Israel. God has told him that. God reminds him of this, but God also gives him a gift, a chance to see into the future, a chance to see the entire breadth and spectrum of the land of Israel. And God says, and when you've seen it, you too will be gathered to your kin, just as your brother Aaron was. So this allows Moses a sense of being consoled or knowing that he's done all that he could do. Now, only to be a fly on the wall, as the conversations happened last week, as President Biden was speaking with advisors and family and his vice president especially, I think, and perhaps reflecting on what he's done throughout his lifetime and the contributions that he's made to our community, our society here in this country. The second idea, you have to speak up. Moses, after being reminded of his mortality, speaks to God. In fact, this is one of the only places in the entire Torah where it says Moses spoke to God and said, because usually the text says God spoke to Moses and said, right? So here we have the reverse. This is Moses initiating the conversation. Initiating the conversation about what will happen next. Rashi, a 10th century commentator, comments on the verse and he says that Moses spoke about finding a successor for himself. It lets one know that perhaps one of the most praiseworthy things about the righteous is that when they leave this world, they set their needs aside, their own personal needs aside, and they embrace the needs of the public. It takes a very dedicated person to know when their time is done and how hard it must be to make that choice to step aside. The third principle, facilitate the naming of a successor. it's difficult to imagine that God didn't have a plan, of course, for what would happen after Moses' death, right? We know that God says to Moses, "You're not going into Israel." But God also says there's a plan. Joshua is going to take over. He's the natural choice. He has been in on the decisions since the beginning. He's got the qualifications, he has the skills, and he has what the text refers to as Ish Asher Ruach Bo, the one who has the Spirit in him. A similar expression is used actually by Pharaoh to describe Joseph many generations before as a man who has the Spirit of God in him, also indicating that it's important to consider a person's internal commitments and morals and values as well as their accomplishments as they take on these leadership roles. In most modern transitions of power, we don't have the benefit of a divinely selected successor. And yet, we can take some points and some guidance from these as we emulate God's considerations and prioritizing of both personality, conscience, morals, and experience. Number 4, publicly endorse your successor. God instructs Moses to bring Joshua before the priest Eleazar and the whole community and appoint him as the Israelites' leader in their sight, an endorsement. For Ibn Ezra, another ancient commentator, the importance of this step is clear. By investing Joshua with some of Moses' authority, Moses will honor Joshua in front of the Israelite community. Because the community believes in Moses and observes Moses honoring Joshua, they will transfer that honor to him as well. And it was true only basically hours, maybe not even that, after President Biden announced that he would not seek the nomination, a separate message went out calling on everyone to endorse Kamala Harris's candidacy. And the 5th one, acknowledge that things will change with your successor. In the transition from Moses to Joshua, the chain of communication is altered. Joshua will not have the same direct line of contact with God. Joshua won't have the sacred ancient red shofar that he can pick up and call on God. But when it's time to make decisions, when Joshua has to make decisions, he will need to go to Eleazar the priest to use the Urim, the divination tool that the priests had in their breastplate. And Joshua and Eleazar will need to work together to make their decisions on what's good for the people as they move forward. In his address a few days ago, President Biden made it clear that now is a time for transition, a time for a new generation of leadership. Clearly, he understands now that it is time for things to be done differently. Parshat Pinchas is God and Moses preparing for a national transition. As we too begin to prepare for our own national transition, we can take some insights, I think, into these messages. These 5 guidelines that are amazingly applicable today as they were thousands of years ago. They are applicable in national transitions as well as transitions of any group in schools or youth programs or adults or congregations. They all are there, and they're there to help guide us and give us strength. And so may we all go from strength to strength. Shabbat Shalom. We'll turn together to page 282 as we rise and join in Aleinu, middle of the page.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, התקווה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כהלצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו בהם, וגורמנו ככל העולם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשחרים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שמולתי שמיים ועשר הארץ, ומושב יקראו בשמי ממעל, ושכינתי זו בגודל מרוממים, הוא אלוהינו לעינוד, ערב מלכינו הפזו אותו, קרקעתו בתורתו, וידעת היום והשב אותה אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים, השמיים ממעל, הארץ מתחתינו, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, היום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
Please be seated. When cherished ties are broken and the chain of love is shattered, only trust and the strength of faith can lighten the heaviness of the heart. At times, the pain of separation seems more than we can bear, but if we dwell too long on our loss, we embitter our hearts and harm ourselves and those about us. The psalmist said that in his affliction he learned the law of God, and in truth grief is a great teacher, when it sends us back to serve and bless the living. We learn how to counsel and comfort those who like ourselves are bowed with sorrow. We learn when to keep silent in their presence, and when a word will assure them of our love and concern. Thus even when they are gone, the departed are with us, moving us to live as in their higher moments they themselves wish to live. We remember them now. They live in our hearts. They are an abiding blessing. We are in the period of Shoshin for Wendy Sherman, the mother of Leslie and David Sherman. And on this Shabbat we observe Yahrzeit for Joseph Steinfeld, Leroy Stanbro, Edward Levy, Louis Roman, Edward Patton, Eugene Strauss, Philip Hanauer, Charles Rubin, Jacob Wallach, Hannah Rosenthal, Yetta Steinberg-Mellon, Belle Rettenberg, Regina Furchtwanger, Fanny Laxelbaum, and Harry Cooperberg. If you're joining us via live stream and you would like to add a name, please add the name into our chat. If you are here in person and would like to add a name, please do so. We rise eyes together as we turn to the words of Kaddish on page 294. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shmei Rabba, ba'alma divrach rutev yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon, uv'chayei b'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'zman kariv v'imru, amen. Yehei shmei Rabba mevorach la'olam rameh al maya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitfa'al v'yitromam v'yitnasei, v'yitadar v'yitareh v'yitalal shemei dikutsha b'richu, la'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, v'amiran be'alma v'imru, amen. Yehei shlama raga min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Please be seated as we join in our Shabbat blessings. There are actually very few announcements. So next week we are going to have Shabbat at the Presque Isle Cabin 1, which is at Waterworks. So please, if you have not yet already, please RSVP via the website so that we know how many hot dogs to buy. And on August 23rd, we'll have a special Shabbat at Jesse's house, in Jesse's neighborhood, down in Meadville at the beautiful dam site. So please join us for that. Erie Gives is coming up on August 13th. We hope that you'll all participate. And we have a two-part conversation, which I'm really excited about having, about what happens after I die, with Reverend Pastor Brittany Knight, who is really an amazing pastor of the First Presbyterian Church of the Covenant. And then we have a two-part series on the August 14th, and then again on the 21st at 10:40 a.m. And for those of you who may be busy during the day, they will also be archived on our YouTube site, so you can access them there. And anything else? Okay, we're good. So let's join together in Kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kishonu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho v'yahovahu ratzon yilchilanu, zikaron l'maaseh b'reishit, ki hu yom tefillah l'mikra'ei kodesh, zecher l'tzilat mitzrayim, kivanu b'chata v'kidashta mikohanim, v'shabat kodshecha ve'avahu ratzon imkotanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadosh hashamat.
And we join together.
Hamotzi lechem min haaretz, we give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together, as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat